All right, so we're going now. So we're live now. Just act natural like we've been doing the entire time.
Yeah, we're going.
Welcome to the High Button Podcast. Joe Brennan, what's up?
Thank you, Justin.
Guys.
The hype has been real around you too when I posted the picture.
Absolutely. Long time coming here. So we're excited to be here.
You better not disappoint. The stories, you better come through with them.
They're all true.
It's a lot of pressure.
They're all true.
I don't know what you've been hearing, but...
And that's why you wore the shades. They give you confidence.
Hide the identity.
All right.
I'll take them off.
You can keep them on.
Keep them on.
You do what you want. They're fine with them. Have you guys ever done an interview? Or I guess this isn't an interview, but have you guys ever done media together before?
Jill's probably done a few more than me, but I'm a natural, so...
Yours are probably for the law or something, right?
Mine are probably more entertaining.
So we're off to a good start with them anyways.
Yeah,
we're getting along well.
Jesus.
It's probably better with both of you here because you guys probably have stories that no one would ever hear, like growing up.
We do.
Like in the household, like fighting.
Oh my God. Is this the time to tell people?
Well, this is the first question.
It's a great icebreaker.
This is where we spill the beans.
Yeah, this is where
we're not going to get that many views. Maybe if we go viral.
I'd say it will.
I'm gonna be completely honest with everything. So.
That's awesome because my first question was going to be, growing up, were you guys ever on the same team? And if you were, was it a horrible experience?
Oh yeah. For me, it was horrible. Jill probably loved it because what years do we play? Adam.
We played all of it every second year.
Every second year we would have played until she left because she had to stop playing boys hockey.
At like 12.
Because but leading up to that, Jill would be on the ice and she would get smoked because boys are starting to grow at Pee Wee. Adam was fine.
Adam was fine. There was no hitting him back.
We did good in Adam.
We did good in Adam.
Chemistry.
We thrived in Adam.
Chemistry was there, just playing hockey, but Pee Wee boys are growing up a bit.
Some of them got mustaches.
They're taking runs at Jill.
Some of them mustaches.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Some of them got muzzies.
They're taking runs at you?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, and he was on the team.
So how pissed off did that get you? You got
the amount
going.
of times that I just would hop the bench and chase guys down and just fucking rip their head off.
And
you were
tried to,
and you were
because I was tiny, but I didn't care. That's my sister getting beat up out there, even though she's probably 30 pounds heavier than me, 3 inches.
Yeah. Any other girl would be really offended by that comment.
But it was all instinct, and that's where Dad was like, okay, for both their.
So was Dad the coach at this point? Then?
No. Dad had to stop coaching Adam.
Who was the coach? Ian Saab. No,
Kevin.
Ian was on the team.
Ian was on the team.
But yeah, I think it was the year after that where they were just like, we got to pull Jill out of guys hockey or else they're both going to get killed.
Or else Brennan's going to jail.
I'm going to go on record now. I've told this a few times. When we played together in novice, at that point, you're not thinking like who's on your team really. I honestly had no idea that you were a girl until my dad mentioned it later. It's just like, but it doesn't cross your mind. It wasn't meant to be offensive. It's just like, when you're younger though, and you think like, oh, it's just like normal for you to say, oh, like girls can't do that or girls can't do that. Now when it's older, you're different, right? But you just weren't thinking of it. That wasn't something that I was looking for.
No.
You were good. We were good. That was cool. And then I'm like, oh shit. I guess the name probably could have thrown it away, right?
I mean, you got Morgan Mullen out there.
Well, she's better than Jill. She was better than me. More. That's what I mean. I didn't know he was a guy either.
At all.
So I just wanted to.
And we were in the same. We probably changed the same dressing room too for a while, and
that's another thing too, right? So
then I got
I wouldn't even have thought of that.
This is normal. This is just normal shit, right? So it was like, all right.
Also back in Adam, you're getting dressed at home and putting on your skate blades and walking. Anyway, so your bird's not even out. Doesn't matter.
He's right.
Oh, that's
I'm
true.
100% right.
The day that your parents stopped tying your skates, that was the worst day. I remember it was being a luxury, and then it went away, and I was pissed.
Oh yeah, Brennan made me tie his skates though. So
did you?
He got the luxury for a few years.
I knew how. I just didn't want to do it.
Take care of sis. So gutless.
Right on. I just have so many things I don't even know where to start. I'm panicking in my head. Where do you want to start?
Just flow, man.
Yeah, we're just flowing. Like, I got a question for you.
Just yearning.
Both your guys' NHL teams growing up, were they the same?
Yeah, I mean,
obviously you guys were NHL fans. That's obvious.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I've come from the Maritimes. It's hard not to be, Montreal fans, especially when
fucking news.
I mean, Montreal, Toronto, Boston. You got to choose one of the three. And
that's true.
Dad was a big Habs fan, so I mean, you just kind of draw to whatever team where there's pictures on the wall and shit. So
did you get sucked into that trap too?
Yeah, right in.
Well, that works out good for you now, then, hey?
It does now, yeah. Wow. Now that I have, I wasn't playing for the Montreal Canadiens, the men's team, so
No.
Oh yeah, you just got
your
traded
team's
though for the
probably better
women's.
than
Yeah, I'm on the women's team, so
When did
yes, I do play for the Habs. Right?
When- yeah.
Until what age did you think you could play for the Montreal Canadiens?
24.
Still, 24. They probably need you, honestly.
I was hoping there was some sort of family feud in there, like a Leafs Habs thing or a Boston Habs thing,
No,
but
no,
obviously
no.
you guys were just corrupted as kids, and
Exactly.
that's fine. We'll
Like
move on from that.
like
'cause I'm
everyone
pissed off.
That's fine. And the interview's over.
The interview's over. See you later, guys. You go, man.
Okay, I want to talk about Cornell first of all, where I wrote down the stats.
It was pretty sick. I visited twice.
Well, that's the thing. That's the thing that we talked about before you came. It's like Brennan's
Slow
going to have a
day.
completely different perspective
Yeah.
on anything Jill's done because you've just been there watching, and I just want to get your perspective. Actually, the Olympics too. Did you go and watch?
No, I couldn't. We were in playoffs. I
always conflict on that shit.
It was a coin toss.
I bet.
I was torn, but she was calling me after games and shit. So like,
What time was she
Yeah,
calling you at? What time was it
didn't
where
matter.
you were?
Didn't matter. I was picking
Didn't
up.
matter. He always got.
And their first game, round robin game against the Americans.
Yeah.
I brought all the boys to the bar.
Yeah.
And
Nice.
down there on Wednesdays, it's quarter pitcher night. So you go
Wait, like 20
in Alabama?
Yeah. Oh yeah,
A
boys.
pitcher.
You bring a dollar bill up, put it on the bar. They give you 4 pitchers, and you go and just park it on these like barrels that are flipped up sideways, and you just park it. You can smoke cigs in the bar.
Was this an
Crazy
Olympic special or was this like all the
no,
time?
no. This, I had to get them to
Alabama's
throw it
best.
on. There's like a
Just the
college
States.
football game. I said, listen up here. Jill, my sister's on the big screen playing the Olympics.
Big screen.
Or she's on.
Yeah.
Put the game on. So all the boys huddle around this little TV. They
Yeah.
gave us a little TV.
Yeah.
In this country bar with dollar pitchers, and we just got smoked and was just cheering for everyone was cheering for the Americans, but everyone was also cheering
And you
for
had a
Jill.
jersey too.
And yeah, my jersey came in that day, so that was pretty
That's
cool.
fucking
Yeah,
hype.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
it was hype.
Did you ever?
And we won.
It was
We
as
won.
close as I could have
So
felt
he
of being
could-
there without actually being there. So
Yeah.
that was a pretty cool night for me. But
Same here, watching it.
Oh, it was incredible. I felt yeah.
you didn't feel you must have felt a part of it.
I felt like I was part of it. Exactly. I felt like I was at Centennial just watching you play
Yeah.
again. It was
But
like the
that's-
weirdest feeling.
That's the Canadian way, though. I think you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
and
everybody- you
Maybe
know, you
not even Canadian, but
Nova
as much as it's
Scotia.
like Maritimes. Like Maritime
Yeah.
community is so close knit, and like anyone who you see out, like whether it's you know what I mean, you play with them in Atom or Pee Wee or Junior. You know what I mean. You're gonna you know what I
fought
mean?
them or something.
Yeah, I mean
Yeah.
you're gonna grab a beer.
He's
spit
fought
the
and got a
shit, you
beer
know what I mean?
after with him.
And like the girl that we grew up playing hockey with just won a gold medal. You know, what I mean? First Nova Scotian to even be there.
And everybody hops on board. man.
Nice. I know.
Everybody hops on board. It's awesome. Look at like World Juniors and stuff. And when the Olympics are at obscene times, they open bars around here and stuff like that. And people are getting
Yeah.
up before work and getting loaded,
Oh,
watching
yeah.
the games,
Oh, yeah.
and like I did it.
Yeah.
You know?
The amount of screenshots I got of like 4 a.m. that people like sent to their bosses, being like, "I'm not going into work."
Yeah, I don't think
They're watching,
I don't
right?
think people
People
realize
were-
how big hockey really is here until they leave. That's what I like. Once I went
the love
away
you
from
get.
it into a different environment, it wasn't until I came back where I was like, okay, like what a culture it really is, and like a community.
So do you guys find that overwhelming coming back though? Like obviously for you right now, this is a pretty overwhelming time. I guess maybe there's a
Yeah.
better term for it, but it's just like so much. Like we just talked about, everyone's jumping on board, everyone loves it, and it's good to see. But like at the same time, you got to go here and you got to go there, and then you got to go do the fucking High Button podcast, right? So
Busy
it's just
summer.
like-
Yeah, it only took you four months to get us in here. God, I was like, when am I gonna get that invite?
you were still late.
Jesus.
Yeah, I mean, for Jill, it's obviously a little different. Like Jill's been away for so long, so people had to follow Jill through social media. You know what I mean? But for me, it was like I have been here forever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like.
They're like, get him out
So
of
like,
here.
it's not overwhelming for me where like I've been, you know what I mean, just hanging out, playing, pick up whatever, getting beers with like literally the people that I've grown up with. Were a little different for Jillian when she comes back. It's definitely like she's obviously done some big things, so they're gonna be starstruck. But
How many face-offs? How many ceremonial face-offs have you done in the past 4 months?
Oh my God.
Can you count on one hand?
No. There's been so many. It was good. It was, I would say, like humble. It's been humbling, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Because I didn't. So again, like coming from here, it's like I feel like everyone is so humbled. You don't realize like how exciting that the Olympic experience is and stuff, because it's just at the end of the day, like we're there and we're trained to treat that like another tournament.
Yeah.
So you don't really realize what a big deal. Like
Yeah.
like 4 or 5 million people watch that game, but didn't really seem like it until I got back home.
Like he just said, when
And
you
then
come
all the
back,
excitement. But I thought when I got on that plane to leave, like I thought it was over. Like I thought I was going to come back to like a very normal Nova Scotia like I do every summer.
That's
Hit
going
the
to carry
beach and
it's going to carry with you for the next 4 years until the next one.
Yeah, I
Like-
mean, yeah, and that's fine,
And
right?
then you win gold, and it's even bigger.
Yeah, exactly.
The fact that she
We're
said
just
normal
stirred.
Nova Scotia alarms me a little bit, though.
Normal.
I don't-
Is there such thing?
Yeah,
I don't
normal
think so.
Nova Scotia.
Normal
That's true.
dogs.
That's an oxy for sure.
Here's a story. I remember seeing you at the Moosehead game when you dropped the ceremonial face off.
Oh, were you there?
And I saw you,
That was
but
cool.
there was probably 15 people surrounded. I saw you 2 times during that game, like just
yeah.
in the hallway.
Oh,
and there was
yeah.
15 people around you at both times. I was like, I'm not going to see her. There's just I'm not fighting my way through that crowd.
You should have.
So the patience you must have or still have with people trying to see the medal, people just coming up to you all the time. Like you must have to be so calm and patient with just saying thank you to everyone. I don't know how many times you said thank you this summer, but I'm sure it's a lot.
No, it's been good. I mean, that medal, not a lot of people know, but I am the girl who broke the Olympic medal because when I first came home, it's fixed now because I got it soldered back together. But when I first came home, I had it everywhere. I always had it in my purse. It was like the running joke that it was always in my bag. So if someone saw me and like wanted to stop me, I would
Going
like,
through metal detectors.
I have it. Yeah. Like I've got it. Oh yeah. That's another story.
Oh, yeah. How did-
Airports. But it's, but so one day I was down at the casino doing an event and a lady had it on. We were taking a picture and all of a sudden we just heard like a thump, and we just like, I looked down and the medal was like, the round part was rolling towards the blackjack table. And I was like, this is terrible. And she was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Does this happen before? I was like, yeah, it happens all the time.
It's normal. People
it
break
doesn't
everything.
So it's fixed now.
It's
but
heavy, though.
It was
Like-
I wanted
It's
everybody to
very
see
heavy.
it. So yeah.
Of course. It's thoughtful that
I
you
feel like
brought
you need to be
it.
safety certified to carry it around at all times, you know, like steel toe boots
It's
and
also,
stuff like that.
it's more of like a safety precaution. Like if someone needs something,
Have you been pulled over yet and whipped it out and just been like, hey, look at this? Do you see this? This
No.
Get out of a ticket, get out of a
but this
jam
is
or
kind of
anything?
funny. I did get pulled over the other day
Yeah.
for a ticket, and
Yeah.
my friend was in the car,
Yeah.
and she like. Obviously I wasn't going to say something like that, but she started like pulling, like there were like posters in the back of the car. She's like pulling them, like putting them on the dash, like the hockey sticks. She's like
what I'd have done.
literally throwing photos of me up, and he's still ticking
And they
me,
still
so.
wrote her up.
And they still wrote me up. I would
Like, buddy,
pay-
read the side of the Audi. You know what I mean? Like property of Jill Saulnier Olympia. Like cut her.
I know,
Cut
they
her some
sewered me
slack.
Must
hard.
not be a sports fan. That's
No.
all.
How much was the ticket?
What a.
$180.
Fuck.
And I got
Not even an Olympian.
It's all right.
That's crazy.
That's only half what you're paying us today.
Yeah, I guess so. He's joking. He's joking. He's not telling the truth. Right on. That's crazy though.
No, that
I'd be-
all started with the Cornell question. We didn't even touch on Cornell. Yeah, that's
yeah.
I know it's
That's
so,
gonna happen a lot in this,
I know, I
in
love
this interview.
it's so hard to ignore the Olympics. It's I don't know.
leave it.
Okay.
Drop it.
Go to the road
100
there.
What's that?
Just pave the road there, man. You know?
I'm trying to pave the road, but I keep getting distracted by the Olympic questions because there's so many. You guys aren't in a rush right now. What are you guys doing tonight?
No.
This is it, man.
Okay,
This is
good.
it.
195 points in 125 games.
Yes, sir.
125 games.
Is that my Timbits?
It could be.
Sorry.
It very well could be. 47th all time. I just have to say this so it makes it sound more hyped up.
Go for it.
47th all time score in NCAA history.
Did you know that?
Did you know that?
No.
You didn't know that?
No.
Honestly, you didn't know it. Good for you.
I'm not gonna lie, I didn't know either until Dudes is the statistician on the
Oh,
high
there you
body.
go.
You
so
know
he
what
was
though? You
hyping it
answered
up.
something for me today, and it never hit me till today. I was like, I went to search. So you search elite prospects or whatever, and I was like, oh shit. It's like, I wonder if they have the girls hockey up, and then boom, everything. I'm like, fucking right, thank God.
They did. There you go.
There you go. So you answered it for me today. It was awesome. Milestone.
So talk
Milestone.
about about your experience at Cornell.
Yeah, it was fun. I had a good time there, and I had 4 years down there, so it was
Yeah.
fun. I got to play there, but also play, of course, the national team too. So
Yeah.
it's a little different for girls. Like obviously, we don't have an NHL. Like we're not making any money.
Yeah.
So for us, like to get an Ivy League degree and a university degree back pocket is
Not a big deal.
it's just like a stepping stone, and
Yeah.
it's kind of like our NHL. You know,
just
is
about
to
to say
go
that.
there,
Of course.
and it's like that's our big paycheck to set us up for the future. So
Yeah.
I got to do that and meet some amazing friends that I'm still really close with. Yeah, she's just one
Shout
of
out
the
to
best.
Jessica in the corner.
Jessica in the court. She so the camera probably can't reach over there, but she's probably, if not the best, like top 5 female skaters in the world. So she would never
serious?
say it, but
Do you want to talk into the
Jess
mic?
is a
you wanna give her the mic.
We'll
Say
get her on
something.
tomorrow.
That's why I told her she could take my seat. I haven't done shit here. I played junior B. Come on over here.
That's sick
Yeah,
though.
so met some really, really fun people, and I got to. Brian came down.
I
for a
mean,
little
you
bit.
guys had some really good teams too. Like you guys have been to the Frozen Four.
Yeah, so we
times,
we have had or like my first year we had I think 9 or 10 girls on the national team on our university team. Like it was kind of a
All-star team.
It was definitely an all-star team. We didn't win all 4 years, which was kind of sad, and I don't know how exactly we didn't do that. Such a loser. Get out.
Did you ever go down and visit her? Obviously, what's it like down there from your perspective?
So when I was a freshman, I had mono at like Christmas time.
That sucks.
So yeah, I just didn't go to school for about a month. I just packed it in. So I went and visit her for her senior night, actually.
With mono. Jesus.
But I was like, oh my God, this school is pretty cool. I got to come back. So, and once my exams ended like a couple weeks before hers ended. So I flew into New York and just stayed there.
How far is it from New York? Like Cornell, the school.
Cornell's in upstate New York.
Is it in upstate? Okay.
Yeah.
I flew to like Syracuse. She picked me up, and they had like the big party day slope day.
They surprised me. He surprised me. So he had never seen me play in like probably since I was probably 15 or 16 years old. So he surprised me for my senior night, which is exciting. And then this year
that's sick.
Is kind of cool. But they actually played at Huntsville, played at Cornell, and I had a game against the Americans in Boston the weekend before. And we just happened to have 4 days off. So I drove with my dad and we met him. So I got to watch him play against the men's team at Cornell.
That's sick.
When I was
hockey gods.
The stars aligned there.
Yeah, it was cool. Like I haven't seen him play since he played for the Hawks.
Or not even in Lumby's days.
Not even Lumby's days.
When he went from 5'6" to 6'1" all of a sudden.
In a weekend.
He's like something.
I came home and he was that big.
Yeah,
something in the water.
That was crazy.
But yeah, that was cool because everyone kind of came that like it's hard to get down to Alabama, right? So I mean,
actually. No, sorry, keep going.
We kind of did our my senior night down there, like at Cornell,
cool,
where we had wherever we would go, we'd play 2 games. So everyone kind of came in, 2-game series. Jill was able to be there somehow out of her busy schedule. So like
that's awesome.
That was cool for our family and me especially because like Jill also hasn't seen me play since.
No.
Yeah,
I mean,
she used to see you run, guys.
We laced them up next to each other, so.
Yeah.
Talk about
like
these,
you said, the hockey gods kind of just align that.
It's pretty cool.
These summers must be so valuable to you too, just being able to like be together for these months. Because I don't know, when do you guys leave each other? In August when you have to go to Montreal?
Yeah.
And then you have to go. I don't know when you leave.
Like it's been so different, like
year in, year out.
Summer because Jill just finished her Olympics, but every other summer since she was 14, like I'd come home from wherever I was, junior, college, or whatever. But Jill would only be back here for like a couple weeks at a time. So like.
That's crazy.
As siblings, you'd see each other, in 2-3 weeks out of like a whole year. You know what I mean? So you really try to like value those, that time together. But since she's finished her Olympics and she's going to Montreal, she's back home for a few months. So this is the first time we've got to hang out for an extended period of time since
you were kids.
Literally since we were kids.
Well, everyone remembers us just battling on the back rink, and we were like enemies, and then we left home. And not a lot of people know this, but last year when obviously there's a bunch of roadblocks in your hockey life and career, and I got like cut from a world's team at the time, and I was just kind of ready to pack it in. I was gonna just can it and then can the dream the year before the Olympics. Yeah, no.
Excuse me.
So, here you go, podcast drop. And it was actually I got a phone call from him being like, let's take a second here and then get going. And like 2 months later, I made the team. So it was
beauty.
It was beauty status for him for sure. But not a lot of people had known that. So that also obviously gained us closer. I don't think he realized at the time that he was actually the reason that.
Brennan.
I have that.
I mean, it's not a hard phone call to make when coming from me who is literally. I'd be selling myself short if I said took the unbeaten path there because for a few years I literally had the fucking machete out just chopping down trees through the backwoods. So I said Jill was thinking about hanging them up after left off one team. I said you get your ass in the gym and screw this bit of pity party. You got an Olympic team to make, and a bunch of people to make proud for. So like.
That's some brotherly love right there.
Yeah,
I love hearing
you're not
that.
doing this shit for just yourself at this point. Like so many people.
Don't be selfish.
Like, come on, like so many people are invested in this.
Yeah, big time.
I mean, it means like when Jill doesn't. I don't even think Jill realizes like when you went to that Olympics and did what you did, like how many people you truly made proud, just like from being in rinks, you know what I mean? Just playing.
But even like
playing
before that,
Yeah, it
like,
was
oh
really
my
before
God,
that.
like,
Even when you're just getting a sniff, you know what I mean? People are talking about it, right?
Yeah.
Like it's you got to think about it, especially in the media days. Once the word gets out once.
Yeah.
And like people that had no idea that hockey was even going on, all of a sudden now they know and they're like, oh my God, you know?
Yeah,
Holy
oh,
shit,
for
this is
sure.
crazy.
like people aren't going to come up to you and be like, so what's it like to, play in the Olympics one day? People aren't like going to say that to your face, but like people you were always talked about before that, even when you weren't on the Olympic team, it was like, oh, is Jill on the team yet? It was always a given assution, at least to the people I talked to. It's like,
Something.
it was just a matter of time.
I mean, yeah, you were wearing that jersey since you were like 14, so like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
everyone was kind of scratching their
I
heads.
know.
Like, when is she
When
gonna be
is
on this big?
Yeah, when? Yeah.
She's retires.
How long?
Jesus.
How long is this course?
How long is this course? Jeez. Oh my God.
We're getting impatient, Jill. Make the team.
Sorry, guys.
I want to go back to surprises because I know you said you went up there and surprised her. I saw a video of, I think it was Brad Rickman. He came up to Alabama and surprised you. Did that happen?
Oh yeah, a few of them.
Oh yeah.
A few of my best buddies came up.
Talk about that.
It was probably just after Christmas time, sophomore year. And I mean, in hockey, you have so many ups and downs. And I think just the word got out. Like, I mean, I am so far from home. When I'm down in
Yeah.
Alabama, I literally feel like I'm in
Miami.
a different world. You know what I mean? Down in Alabama.
Oh yeah, no,
Snow.
definitely.
So
Southern
I was
accents,
just like
no
school's
snow.
piling it up. Hockey's like not going well. And I think just like, I don't know if they were talking to my mom or whatever, but they were like, it might be time for you to just maybe go down there. And I just get out of class and
Boys know, man.
oh yeah,
They
the
know.
boys know. Anyway, so someone was there. One of my buddies was there picking me up, and after class, and I'm just and head down, just soaked at class. Probably calculus or something. Walking out there pissed, and these fools jump out, start screaming, and I just fell to the ground because I was
Is that
like,
no good?
"Is this actually happening? Like, you
Did I
guys
just
are down
die?
in Alabama."
Have you seen the video?
So
Yeah,
funny.
yeah.
The best part about the video is that before you actually you can just kind of see your shoulders are low.
Yeah,
You're just kind of like
that's
walking
sad.
away. You got
It's
the
so
white shirt
sad.
on.
Another day, and then boom.
Trying to
Hates
pump
school.
through it.
These guys come just ripping out, and
Day made.
and I just
Yeah, let's
we
go.
have a weekend.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, man, it was a good time. It was a highlight for sure.
I feel like there's a lot of stories like that. Like any of the boys or any of your friends or anything that make it, like, and I use make it loosely, right? With just anywhere. It's like I know for even just when like Nosy would go play in Pictou, like you make a point to go down and play, or Wig was in Plymouth, you make a point. Everybody's group of friends always shows up, but that just shows that people are staying true to their heritage, I guess,
Yeah.
even, right?
It's the thought that counts. You're
And
thinking
it's
about
a
someone
big
else.
thing around here, I find.
Absolutely, day ones.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how'd you like playing hockey in Alabama?
Man, it was pretty fun. Like, I mean, it wasn't a huge hockey culture from here, which kind of
Yeah.
was a little refreshing. Like, we'd have people in the seats, we'd get good fans, but like away from the rink, it was just like you're just a normal. Even though we were the only Division I program at the school, like you're just, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Average Joe student playing hockey down here. So
Yeah.
like that was cool where you just kind of got to mix it up with everyone. Like no one looked at you any different. And then, I mean, they did when I'm wearing Converse down there when I don't have cowboy boots on, but
No, are you serious though? Like that's the thing down there is like a cowboy boot. and, like
it's
that's the
full-blown
style.
country. It is bad.
You don't think the accent from Alabama goes with cowboy boots? Like, I
Well, I don't
immediately
know. I
picture
thought-
cowboy boots when you hear some Miami.
I thought there was preppy people in Alabama. I don't know. I thought
Everywhere, but
You got
as
the
a
frat
whole,
boys that were there.
there's actual cowboy boots and cowboy hats, and they're going to class.
Yeah, it's full blown.
Southern.
that's
Yeah,
nasty.
I had to adjust, so I was, you know what I mean? I couldn't wear like the clothes I would wear like out here, out in Alabama.
Why you got a lot of plaid out there?
I would just have boys give me the eye. You know what I mean? Like, where's this boy from? We're getting him. We're getting
that move style.
Hey, bring it.
That's sick. All right, right on.
But
And
no,
then-
it was fun, and I got to see a bunch of cool places just
Yeah, it was
because
good, yeah.
we would travel so much. We'd be on the planes all the time, just going to these cool venues. Like just this past year, Arizona State was a fun one. We've played going to Cornell. That was awesome. Been up to Alaska a few
Alaska.
times.
I heard good
Notre-
things about Alaska.
Yeah.
Definitely good and
Gorgeous.
bad. But if you're in a really cold weather and bears.
A bunch of boys from Alabama going up to Alaska.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah, that doesn't sound good.
Any good barbecue down there?
The best.
What's your favorite thing to get?
It's got I like pulled chicken or ribs.
I was gonna say ribs.
Some
Pulled
cornbread,
pork.
some beans.
You got to pull the chicken yourself.
Classic.
No, they get it done
Like
for
to
you.
kill it
But I went
it done for you.
I went to Rib Fest with a few of my buddies or whatever. And I left there a little disappointed. I was like, went up to the guy working at Alabama's Finest.
Yeah.
I said, "Which part of Alabama are you from?" He goes, He said, buddy, I'm from Niagara. I said, what is going on here? Corrupt.
Yeah,
So
be like
I'm
if you were to get a donair somewhere else, you'd be like, well, this is fucking garbage.
Yeah.
you know?
I mean, this is the only
100%.
place that
You can't
has donairs
Yeah, well,
in Halifax.
it's
really.
moving.
Is it? Yeah, it should
Is it?
be.
Well, it should be.
Should be. It's the best food in the.
They get it out west now.
Yeah,
I think.
they.
I thought the meat was
Jess,
like-
do they have donairs out west? There's no way.
average one. Very,
Yeah,
yeah.
There you have it.
No.
I heard it was like illegal to ship the meat somewhere because like it wasn't considered real meat or something like that. That's what I actually thought.
Spins on a fucking
100%.
stick.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Shave it.
Yeah,
Oh,
could
no,
be wrong.
really.
Anyone who comes here to visit us, we make sure they get a donair. And
Yeah.
honestly, no one's a huge fan of them. I feel like.
No.
Is it
Really?
We
I don't
have
know
a-
if it's an acquired taste
It
or
must-
what it is, but
I love it.
After tooth moves.
I'm a big fan.
Well, we have a new trainer at our gym, and he's from Australia.
What gym?
The sports center up in the back of the Canada Game Center.
Okay.
You know that little like
The one right here?
yeah, you know in the back how they have like the Canadian Sports Center.
Oh yeah.
the big beautiful
by
one.
the basketball court.
Yes.
The back of the basketball
yeah, exactly.
court. Oh yeah.
So in the back there, so we're back there, and we have a new guy from Australia, and he came into the gym, and he's like, "I'm not feeling too good." And I was like, "Why?" He goes, "I had 2 donairs yesterday."
Ultimate pre-workout.
I was like, "Yes, I love you already."
Fun fact for you, a resident of Halifax, there's only one Canada Game Center here.
Is there?
Just so you know.
You know what I thought? You know what I thought you were. What I thought. You know what I thought you were thinking of was the BMO Center. I don't know because they look the same. And the one over in Dartmouth, the fourplex. I don't know.
The new, yeah. No, just that's where I've been training for like 8 years.
Where are you living at now?
Spring Garden.
Oh, are you? Oh, that's not a bad
Across the
commute.
street from the.
Skin Garden.
What's your postal code?
What's your
Pardon?
postal code?
So
Is Turnbull training with you up there too?
She does, yeah.
Yeah.
And she stays with. She has family in the city, so she stays with family.
Where's she from again? The Valley?
Sellerton.
Sellerton.
Yeah.
Did you know that?
Like a family there. I knew that, man. I know everything.
We gotta get her on now. Yeah. We gotta give her a shout out. Get her
Yeah.
on. Put a good word in for us if you could.
I absolutely.
That's all this thing is good word of mouth. People just say, "Oh yeah, they're good guys," and then
Yeah.
they'll come on. That's all it is. That's all we got going
Hey,
for us.
listen.
Nice. Yeah.
hockey guys.
Yeah, they're good
Good
hockey
hockey
guys.
guys.
So do you like training up there? How long have you been up there
yeah,
for?
8 years now.
That's a great venue. They got
Yeah.
the pool up there, the court, the track.
Yeah,
the
no,
gym.
it's wicked. No, it's good. It's perfect. And it's cool because it's like any athlete from any sport that represents the country
Oh,
at
yeah.
any level can train the back there. So it's cool. You go in and you can like hear about like what world championships people have been at, and
Oh, yeah.
people bring back medals all the time, and it's pretty cool to hear their stories.
Cool. Just let us in on some exclusive shit.
It
Yeah.
is.
Let's
You
go.
know, we should try to get. We should try to
see the
get.
camera tomorrow.
You really think
Yeah,
if
we're
I
gonna
show
be up
up, they're
there
going to
tomorrow.
assume I'm working out?
Knocking on the window. Hi, bud.
It's the high button. We need some video content. We'll get in there like squatting, even though I can't squat anything. We'll get in there.
We know
That's
Jill.
funny.
We know Jill.
We know Jill.
have an
I'll be
hockey
dropping
card
that
here.
all the rest of the summer if we try to get into a bar anywhere.
Yeah.
Jill Saulnier, episode
Yeah.
144. That's us.
down to Stillwell.
Just
right
hold
across
on
the
to
street
the
from
medal and keep it
Stillwell.
ransom, being like,
Yeah.
sin.
Well, actually, we'll get a picture of me in the medal after. That'll help too. Just
I don't
see
want to be in the
that.
Yeah.
picture.
You don't want to be in the picture.
You just said you.
You can get one too, but separately. It can work out. You'll be a hero back in East Hands.
I already am.
I already am.
Well, now you'll be a god.
Now we're talking.
there's-
See what I did
Now
there?
we're talking.
That's business.
All right, so you two are back in Halifax. You guys haven't seen each other in a while. Are you guys taking any vacation anywhere, doing anything in particular, or just kissing babies, shaking hands all summer?
Usually.
Yeah, just getting back here and for some R&R and just hanging out is our vacation, really.
Yeah.
We don't go too far. We like just being back here and with our friends, family.
Can you elaborate on R&R for people who might not know?
Depends. This 18 plus podcast? Or?
I would say it is.
Yeah, we're good.
Yeah, I mean, we
Saw a couple, or had a couple drinks, saw a couple things. Kind of
Exactly.
stuff. Okay, gotcha.
Exactly. No, we keep it, when we first get back, we keep it pretty light and just hang out, go for dinner, get drinks with friends and shit, and
No one's any different than that, so.
No.
Yeah.
and then we just get back to work.
You earned that shit, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're in the-
That's what we're doing, so you might as well.
So do you have a place up in Montreal yet? And actually, let's not even talk about that. When did you find when did you find out about the trade to Montreal, or how did that whole situation work?
Yeah, so that's a good question, and that'll clear a bunch of other questions, because people always ask me, they're like, "Were you surprised?"
Yeah.
But with the women's hockey, like, we're not paid yet. Like, they're slowly getting some funding, but
You're not paid?
no, there's like they just recently got funding, but
Wow, I didn't
there's a
know
lot
that.
of so we have two. There's the league in the States, there's a league in Canada, and Boston, for lack of a better term. But
Okay.
I'm in the Canadian one, the Canadian Women's Hockey League or whatever. And I've been out in Calgary, and I was involved in like asking for the trade because I just wanted to see some new scenery and
Close to home.
be a little closer. That at the end of the day was the biggest pull, was to be closer to home. They have a great, amazing organization, great fan base, and
Do you play out of the Bell Center?
they've played a couple games. Like there's some like broadcasted games that they'll do out of there. But
Cool.
they played in Brossard, I know, for a bit. I don't know the rink that they're in right now.
There's a ton of nice rinks around there.
There's a ton of nice ones, and I think they were in the Habs practice facility, I think, for a bit. But I mean, I'm not sure where they are this year. But every time we go there, they have an amazing fan base, and
Cool.
I'm excited. Yeah, a lot of people have shown like their excitement, so which makes me excited too to go.
When do you head down there?
I'll probably go in September. We have a camp with
That's not
Hockey
bad.
Canada in September out in Calgary, so I'll probably go after that. No, I've been home for 6 months now, so this is in September will be 6 months.
How relaxed are you right now?
Not relaxed.
You're not relaxed at all?
You'd be surprised because it was just so busy when I got back.
I guess
And then I
so.
got back into training. So if I did it again, I would have left for like 2 weeks after.
Get a spa day in.
being-
Shout out
I know,
to
right?
Mud Drops to Manicures.
Tough. Yeah, I'm a complainer, but
Yeah, get a spa.
some things never change.
What'd you say? I was trying to plug the
It's a
spa.
tough life being a gun, eh? Like,
Yeah, I know.
you gotta do everything. I was just joking though.
You lost my train of thought. Good. Montreal. And then you had a story about the airport security medal as well. I thought you said something about that. Trying to
that
go
was
through
earlier.
security.
No, because someone said it. Yeah, so you can see that when it goes through.
Oh,
So it depends on like who you're gonna catch on each day. Because I've had some people that have just been like, when I first got back, that were like, "When you check your bag," and I was like, "All right, you can see it," and then they're like, "Boom, pull it out." And
Cool.
It's like, "We get a picture." And I'm like, "Sure."
No.
And the other guys will like go through and they're like, "Congratulations," like whisper.
the whisper,
Like, thanks. Yeah.
Those people are beauties. They don't want to
make
cause
a
a
scene,
fuss.
I guess. I don't know, but
the tap on the shoulder at dinner. Congrats. I don't want to leave you. Just congratulations.
yeah.
Depends if you're flying through Toronto or if you're flying through Minnesota, I guess.
Yeah.
What
People.
type of security you're going to run into.
Yeah. Those ones like
The truth. It is.
When you guys flew to the Olympics, did you guys have like a team plane, or did you go with a bunch of Olympians at once?
So we went on the way there. We went 2 weeks early to get like climatized, so that by the time the Olympics started, we were there for a day for every hour that we needed to.
What was the time difference? How many
I think it
hours?
was 14.
Yeah, it was
14 hours. That's
It
the other
was
side of the
brutal.
world.
That's why you guys were up at 4 a.m. watching. So yeah,
You're
it
calling
was,
this guy,
yeah. Oh yeah, like
and you didn't care. You're picking up anyways.
No.
Probably
Yeah.
standing at the bar.
Yeah.
Just waiting for you. He's got the
Don't give me
speech.
too much credit. I'm walking home. Phone on loud.
you're like, congrats.
One eye in the FaceTime.
Please call me.
Please call me.
Right on.
Yeah, no. So we went over 2 weeks early, and we went over like the other athletes weren't there yet.
Yeah.
I think the figure skaters came shortly after to do like pre-camp stuff too.
Yeah.
And then, but then when we flew home, we were all on the same plane with
Okay.
like all athletes and media.
Yeah.
But it was tight because we were like, it was just a really small plane, but it was fun, and everyone was just so tired. And
That's
when
sick.
you're done your events, it's fun, but you just
Yeah.
party and enjoy the last 4 days. So it was a battle to get back. I guess.
Is it true what they say about the with
Yeah.
the what's it called? The hotel, not the hotel, the
village.
The village. Is it true what they say about the village? How everyone's just having sex? Is that what happens? Yeah, you gotta say.
Better not be. Mom and dad are like, what?
Yeah, I guess so.
There you
Yeah,
go.
I mean, that was
Nothing wrong with that.
that's something
Sex is a beautiful
that's
thing.
something
Well,
that's
think-
big.
Think about if you go to someone goes to college. What a lot of people, that's what they're trying to do anyway.
College and the Olympics are different.
I know I'm comparing two different things, but I'm saying when you go to new places and see new people and you're drinking and mingling and like shit happens.
I guess.
Drinking before your bobsled event in England.
Is it when you say mingling, like, is it Canada on one floor, or is it like a Canada room, a Czech room, a Sweden room, or is everyone together?
No, it's different built, like different apartments, basically.
See,
So
I like
it's
that. I like that.
The best way to explain it is like the security is absurd. There were like fighter jets like flying over the village. Like you have to get through. Like we have this like credential, and you it's like 3 levels of airport security. Like to come in, you got to go through the detector, and to go like when you leave the village, like they're checking your credential, and then you're walking like another 10 steps and they're checking it again, and then you're walking on the bus and there's a guy on the bus, being like, can we see? And like, it's just like, yeah, it's like crazy security. And
is this for family too, or just the players? Like, what if like what if family wants to see you? Sorry,
we have to see them like outside of the gates. Like, no, if you are not representing your country, like if you're not an athlete or staff, you can't come in to the village
for safety reasons, obviously.
Yeah, for safety. It's for safety reasons for sure. But it's so like, we had a tower with the men's hockey team, and then the building behind us was like figure skating and speed skating, and then there was another village and it had like all of like the winter, like the hill sports.
But every country would have like a house, right? Like you guys would have like a Canada house where like they could, after their events, go in there. All the family could get in there. Right. So like that's where you would.
Like a meeting.
What do you mean like a
party, right?
Yeah. Like if you're in a hotel and there's the meeting room or whatever, right?
Exactly. So they had they had built like on the venue, like the actual like huge like venue with like all the rinks were, and there was like you had like a rink for figure skating, and then a different rink for hockey, and a different rink for speed skating. Like,
that's so much money.
Yeah, it was like billions of dollars. But then we had built like Canada, like they put funds in and they build a house.
Oh, just for Canada.
Just like, it's called a Canada House, and that's where they have food and beer, and they put like the big screens, and people come in and they recognize the athletes, and that's where you can go and just chill,
watch other athletes compete.
Watch other, yeah, and like that's where we meet.
Unreal.
Yeah, it's wicked. And like, there's a family area in the Canada House, but like there was a Canada House, and there was a Czech house, and there was a U.S. house.
But you know where the party is.
Yeah.
Newfoundland house.
Yeah. The Newfoundland house.
Did every country get that, or was it just a certain
It wasn't
few?
every country, but there was a lot of them.
Classy Canada.
You got to think of what the funding is like too, though, right? Like obviously Canada would have better funding than I don't know. I don't know enough about it, but obviously we would have a higher budget than some people.
Yeah, like the
definitely.
Ukraine house or something. Yeah, like it would. Yeah, definitely different. But
less
there was
athletes, that kind of shit.
Yeah.
Exactly.
There's some,
Is there free food?
They all had different
Obviously.
ones. I think some of them had free food. Like, I think, ours was funded, but
like, was it food? Was it Canadian food, or was it food?
Yeah, no, there was like Molson and like poutine and burgers.
Nice.
Oh yeah, they did it well. Yeah, they set it up pretty nicely. So it was.
That's pretty
cool.
much all you think about when like you watch shows and stuff. People are like, oh, poutine and igloos and hey.
Yeah, it's like the most generalized. It's like, yes, give them a beer and a poutine,
and they'll shut up.
And bring the athletes in.
Like, oh wait, your house is in an igloo?
Yeah, it's July.
Yeah,
it's July.
Man, Brennan, I'm just thinking of you in this situation. I would have wanted to be there. That sounds like a party.
He did want to be there.
Yeah, let's not even touch it.
Yeah, like, oh man,
in the Olympics. But
I'm just
I'll get there when they win gold. I tell her that all the time. So
when where's the next one at?
Beijing. 4 years.
Well, that's a new hockey market.
3 years. 3 more years.
Sure.
So they have that new team though in China, I think, in the CWHL.
Yeah, they do. So they're hosting the next Olympics, and I'm assuming that's the reason why they made those two teams. So there's two teams from China, and they have like a cap, and someone and they're making pretty good money.
That's
like
legit.
It's like the funding for them. So
where is it?
In China. Our league has had last year 2 teams in China.
Games, man.
Really?
So there's like word right now they might be turning to 1 team, might still be 2. We don't know what the next step is, but they have a team over there, so they're developing, and so they'll be ready, because China gets a team in the next Olympics, because if you host, you get, like, Korea had a team playing in Korea. They didn't win a game, but they were hosting, so they got a team.
That's so cool.
It was like when we hosted Sedma.
It's crazy that the game just continues to build.
What'd you say?
It's crazy that the game just continues to build on like a daily basis, just in places you would never imagine it to be.
Well, the NHL, I'm pretty sure they play preseason games over in China every year now.
Yeah.
Like Vancouver and LA will go over.
It's cool. Good market, and there's funding, right? Exactly. So like they're doing that stuff, and and I have no doubt that the facilities in Beijing would be.
So that means you guys would fly from Calgary to China to play. Then
so Montreal now, but you would go just once a year over there, and they would come over, and then they would hit like
bunch of spots,
a bunch of teams.
That's probably one of those like rules or regulations for a new expansion team. Like, this is how it's gonna have to go till everyone settles into your fucking 75-hour
like
flight there.
It's like I don't know how long. Like, I don't know if those teams are just there to develop until the next Olympics, because they're gonna have a team in there, or if they're there forever. But you'll see changes in the women's hockey league.
What's her name? Jessica Wong. Remember we talked about her before? She was playing there. I remember she was a fucking animal in minor hockey. She hurt one of our buddies in provincials.
So good. That's why Jess is here for her wedding this weekend.
For Jessica Wong's wedding?
Yeah.
That's insane.
In Cape Breton.
Full circle once again.
Full circle. She's in her wedding.
Congratulations.
Are you one of the brides?
Yeah. Congratulations, Jessica.
Bridesmaid, sorry. Sorry, I've never been to a wedding.
Bridesmaid, never a bride. That's insane that just happened though. But I do. Grant Fraser, he told me at a party, he's like, remember her? She crushed me me.
Oh,
I remember she was fucking
incredible.
unbelievable.
And she could skate too. Like, oh my god,
Scared of her, like, no.
Unbelievable, yeah.
Corner.
No, she won a national championship with Duluth. She went down to Duluth and played like.
Jessica Wong, if you're listening, come on the show.
Yeah, I was gonna say I was waiting for someone to get her on.
Free invite right there, yeah. No, she was wicked, unreal.
So, because the reason I said this, I remembered like it was like the battle of you two growing up around here. You know what I mean? And then all of a sudden you just look and you guys aren't playing guys hockey anymore. How old were you when you stopped playing?
So I would have switched over after probably 13, I guess 13 or 14 maybe.
And where do you go from there though?
And
like,
I
for
went
the options, you know.
So it was different at the time, right?
Right.
So like when I started playing with you guys, there were no girls. Like there was like 2 of us playing in the city.
That's my point.
And then and then now they have like there's girls teams, like there's like 6. There's their own organizations now.
Yeah.
Like Halifax Hawks has a Metro Force. It's called.
No, it's awesome.
Like that's all girls. I couldn't believe it. And so they can now girls can play with girls if they want. Girls can still play with guys too. And
Right. It's just less common, right?
It's just less common because there's that option, right?
Especially with all the debates with like contact and all that stuff like that, right? It's stupid.
Oh yeah, no, it is stupid. And there's like, and people, it's too bad, but like parents have like caused issues with like girls in the dressing rooms and like all that stuff, and that's actually
Classic.
been, which is like they're 12, you know. It's just like who cares?
But at the same time, us 3, 4, 5 of us sitting here know how ruthless like guys can be in the dressing room and shit too.
Oh,
Like,
for sure. Yeah,
it could be a pretty shitty situation for whoever involved, right? It could be or it couldn't. It might not be, right?
Yeah,
but I guess when you're the star, you're getting treated good. So
Yeah.
but
with the Hawks.
Yeah. So then after you. Like, how did you find out about what was available for you at that point?
So that's actually funny. So I played here. I guess you could say we were like pretty sheltered because I had no idea that there were other girls in the country that had like organizations. Like you just played here. You played the guys. You played road hockey and then on the rink in the backyard.
Played because you loved it.
Played at Centennial and then you went home and watched.
That was it.
You don't really know hockey outside of.
You don't really know it
Nova
outside of Nova Scotia. The furthest you go on is Sydney for a tournament.
So Jill, she did after guys hockey. She did like a year of girls hockey here, but then Jill would go to PEI for like a showcase, and I think isn't that where you found out like that you had to go. If you wanted to extend your hockey career, you had to go to prep school.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So then at like 14, that's when you left home. I remember dropping you off.
Yeah.
But like now girls, like there's competitive leagues here now. So Jill almost paved that kind of way where you can be from here, play girls hockey and and still like end up going like getting a Division I offer. Like
I was gonna say
that was more or less my point. Because
you don't have to send your daughter off at 13, 14.
You can do it here now.
Let her develop here, make the connections here, build your strength and all that stuff.
I mean that's too young to send a little girl off at 13.
Yeah.
It's
and
crazy.
since then Jill has kind of been away from home that entire time.
And you're the face of it now if you think about it. Like you're the face of, you represent all these young girls coming up out of this province. You can deny it, but you do.
Jill sell herself short all day long, but
I know
it is so true. Like
Well, it was
like no one's doing that any like when you're a 13-year-old girl, you don't need to go, to a different country to play hockey to hopefully get a scholarship. Yeah. So,
No,
so you don't have to, your parents don't have to pay for school. Like you can grow up here, develop here, and then all the way up through high school and then go off when you're already that age to go play college.
Think about that at that age too. You really don't know what you love and don't love yet. So like say you go away to school, pay all the money to go to prep school, and then all of a sudden you at 15 probably hit more puberty than you already have or whatever. But things make more sense than like I don't like this anymore.
True.
I just don't like it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Thing. Yeah. Like we didn't when I first left. Like someone had I went over to a showcase and someone who was like affiliate like high up told me was like if you want to make the Olympic team, like is that what you want to do? And I was like, yeah, that's what I want to do. And they're like, well, then you need to leave this province.
How old were you?
To develop. I was probably 14 at the time.
Oh, that's such a tough thing.
Which is young.
Like I couldn't imagine at 14 making that decision.
Well, the craziest thing is that like I don't want to go. I didn't want to go. Like I went, so I made that like that's pretty young to make a decision. To be like that's a mature decision to make for a 14-year-old.
I couldn't decide between a movie at Blockbuster at 14. I couldn't imagine.
Seriously,
that.
right? So
Couldn't afford Blockbuster at 14.
Shout out to mom and dad.
That's that leap. We always talk about it literally in every podcast. Anyone who wants to do anything or pursue, you have to take some sort of leap, whether you fail or you don't.
Yeah.
It's not going to happen without it.
No, for sure. 100%.
One thing I also wanted to talk about was your camp.
Oh, yes.
Talk about Yeah, plug that. Go ahead. Talk about that.
Sure, yes. This is good. This
Yeah,
is free advertising.
yeah.
Okay, fair.
Not anymore. You just
So every year, so I started my own camp, would have been 4 years ago. I'm here in Halifax. Just got a bunch of girls together, threw it out there. It was my like very trial and error. And I came in for the first day and there was like 60 girls there.
60?
60 probably, yeah. So it was like good turnout. It was like a full week. And you learn through failing though. Like I didn't have enough instructors. I didn't have receipts. Like I didn't have things like organized. I didn't have lunch. Like it was just little stuff like that. So over the years, everyone's gotten better and better and I've expanded.
Yeah.
And I've expanded from here. I did one in Bridgewater. I did one, and every year I do them in Cape Breton as well.
Your picture is at exit 13 where my cottage is. So every time I go to my cottage, your picture is just right there. Your billboard. I say, hey, Jill, every time I do it. Hey, Jill.
Come on the podcast. I haven't seen that though, but people send me pictures all the time.
Oh, it's out there.
I drove out there too, and I didn't even know that she had a camp out there or that there was a billboard there. And I'm driving out there going to a buddy's cottage, and I'm just like, is that my sister?
You're probably saying, hey, Jill, too. Hey, Jill.
I said, of course, that's my sister. Hey, Jill.
losers. Look at my sister. What's your sister doing?
All right, sorry, I cut you off. Keep going.
No, that's
Trial
fine.
and error.
Anyway, so down Bridgewater, so keep saying hi to me. And
I will.
And then this year, so Blair obviously joined me at the Olympics, and so we decided, she did a camp in New Glasgow in the past as well, so we decided, just because of the year and kind of the excitement that was around around the summer, we decided to come together, and we're going to make it's the first ever Saulnier Turnbull camp, I guess you could say. And so we're doing one in my hometown, her hometown, and Cape Breton for the 4th year in a row, I guess. So
sick.
Yeah, so it's good. We're looking at probably between like 225 to like 275 girls for over the course of 3 weekends in the summer. And
Sometimes that's insane.
Brennan, are you going to be one of the instructors?
I'm probably just gonna sign up. I think these girls could probably teach me a thing or two.
He was sitting there thinking how much it's gonna cost me to go in it. He's like, huh?
Family discount.
No, I'm going in it.
He's in the back of the line at the camp asking the kids, what drill is this? Drill buster. Drill buster.
I would be there though.
That's awesome.
Actually, speaking of tournaments, the Jordan Boy tournament, are you guys playing in that?
I'm in that, yeah.
All right, well, we're in it too, so we're not
Are you
playing,
really?
but we're like doing...
We'll be there.
are we allowed to announce that yet?
Too late now.
Yeah, whatever.
That's fine, yeah. I'm sure.
But yeah, we're going in and we're gonna do some interviews and stuff
sweet.
with the camera and microphone. So
Oh, good, yeah.
Normal
that'll be
interview
great.
stuff,
That'll be
camera, microphone, stuff like that.
Oh, yeah.
we'll be picking up pucks too, but we'll be doing that stuff.
Lifetime rock.
Who's Neil's coming, I think? Martian?
Neil, like you know him do you know him?
No, I don't know him.
You're saying
I don't
like,
know him.
Neil's
No,
coming.
I don't know.
Neeler's come.
Neil's coming.
Neil's coming.
Neil or
Yeah.
Brad.
No, it'll be fun. I'm excited. I've never played in it, so.
Oh, you never?
No, I'm really excited about it. Yeah. So.
Yeah.
I met with his brother when I first got home in March. I had this text from a number, and he's like, "Can we meet up?" And I was like, "Sure." So we met at Starbucks, and I got the invite, and I was just like, "Yes, I'll be there."
Well, it's good because if it's your first time, it's our first time too. So first
you go.
experience for both of us.
Okay, come find me then.
Yeah, we'll
Much
get
easier with
to
other people, hey?
What's that?
Much easier with other people.
Much easier, of course.
Make sure you bring the camera to the goat after the tournament, because that's where you'll get the good footage.
Oh, we got the invite.
Raw footage.
We don't want to.
The raw.
We don't want to. You don't want the raw footage.
So we got everything. We got the invite in for the after party. Did we?
Oh, it's so fun.
I feel like I should just shut up because nothing's finalized, but or is it? Okay, I'm just gonna shut up. All right, right on. I got all the questions. Do you have anything else to ask? I know time is valuable for you two right now in the summer.
I think we got to do like part 1, 2, and 3. So we'll just come back.
too many stories.
Too many.
I had something.
You got anything?
When I asked you the original question there a couple minutes ago, I had a point, but I think it was just that hockey for women is growing big time. Mm-hmm. I watch all the games, not all of them, but like if I'm flicking through and I see that one's on, I'm like, fucking right, I'll watch that. Yeah. It's intense as shit now.
Yeah.
I don't know how they call it no hitting. It's fucking insane.
It's really not.
And I can only imagine the emotions out there.
Yeah. Oh God. Yeah.
Just from being around girls in my life,
yeah.
Right? So, and playing a game of hockey, which triggers different emotions.
50, that's what it is.
Yeah. That's what I mean. So like it's fast. I'm a big fan of it these days. I'll go on record, say it right now.
Now that you said that, I want to know one thing. What's Haley Wickenheiser like as a person?
So she's very intense. Obviously she was like a trailblazer. Like she played on the national team when she was like 12 or 13.
All-time leading scorer in national or Olympics.
Yeah, she's put like all those points up, and she showed all the girls that at a young age you can do it. And, so I got to play with her, which was really cool. So she was actually my first game playing with the C-Dub, she was my line mate, which was cool.
No.
Yeah. So that was kind of cool because she was someone I looked up to when I was 12.
So do you find that helps you develop? And it's an obvious question, but you see, like, when younger guys come up in the NHL or in junior and stuff like that, they always put them with, like, the veteran players, and they say, oh, like, they help them develop and stuff. Do you find that that's the actual case in those scenarios?
I don't think so anymore. I think that you're just taught like so much, and it's just so ingrained, in I don't know if this is just in women's hockey or not, but it's just every time you go in, you're put on the same playing field as everyone skill wise, and at the end of the day, they just want to put the best team out on the ice with the best chemistry, and that's kind of how it ended up working. So I've had some unbelievable leaders that have come across in the national program, and have been very privileged to play with them, not only at the Olympics, but just at the senior level too, and even in the
road to get there, even, right, how it's done.
Yeah, and like that's the best part also. Like the medal's great, and we were just talking about this the other day, and going and sharing everything coming back, but you meet so many awesome people, and that's what hockey, there's just something about hockey players that's just different than
that's exactly why we do this. It's my favorite thing ever. Like you said, you play someone once in Adam, you see them when you're 21 down at the Moose, and you're like, oh man, it's got from way back in the day, like you played against them once, right? But it's just the hockey community, it's so big. That's why things like your camp, the Jordan Boyd, everything just hits so close to home here, I think, and that's why there's such good turnout and money raised and stuff. It's insane. When you actually sit down and think about it, which we have been, it's insane.
Yeah, no, it is. It's crazy, and it's so nice, and that's another reason why we love coming back here, is because no one loses that bond that you have with everybody, and you do stuff like that, and you're going to these events, and you're raising money for amazing causes, but you're also making these relationships and
hanging out with your friends,
just with good people. Yeah, it's wicked.
I love it.
Beauty. That's a great way to end it, I think.
There it is.
I'll have to get you on when you're halfway through the season or something.
Yeah.
You can always call in
Montreal. It's pretty easy to get there.
Listen, if you're ever in Montreal, I'll have a 2-bedroom.
Love it.
You're sad.
Catch a Habs game too.
Absolutely. Catch a Le Canadien game.
I'll go to the Canadien.
There you go.
Canadien.
Not the Canadians.
He was screaming in French.
Yeah, exactly.
It's they made it feminine on the women's team's feminine on the name, and men's team's not feminine.
I think they call them the Fabs, not
the Fabs.
Not
Yeah,
the Habs,
the Habs. The Fabs. That's pretty cool.
I thought Habs standing for having a bad season. I thought that's what it was.
That's not funny.
We have
Oh yeah, there's 3 of you guys. Sorry.
3 against 1, dudes.
All right, let's wrap it up here. Joe, Brennan, thank you once again for coming on the High Button Podcast. I hate being so official, but thank you. I know it's not a big deal for you guys, so thank you very much.
Thank you.
Lots of fun.
Yeah, it was great. Everyone listening, I appreciate the support. It's been tremendous lately. If you could do me a favor, go to all of our social media outlets, follow, subscribe, all that good stuff. I appreciate it. I love you, and we're out.